Hello, hello, hello. This is your favorite man in the world, Mr. Lauber, doing my first VOD of the month. Ah, that's much better. I earlier tried to VOD this, except I had all my settings on full and anti-alias on 3, and let's put it this way, it took about 2 minutes for the countdown to go all the way down, so I changed a few things and it's going faster. Here we have a UG versus UG game, inter-clan, so I hope for good things, and if I don't see them, I will yell loudly at the screen and into the mic. So we got a dual support, dual offense for GDI. Over here we got support and defense, support and defense. No offense for Nod. This is a little interesting in my opinion. You don't see no offense games very often. Let's just see who gets the first screen. 10 points to whoever gets the first screen. Looks like Nod. Nod gonna get that green. He's gonna do it. That Marauder, he's gonna get it. Oh god! Ah, and then we have the first green capture of the game. We got a Hunter coming out towards this blue. Double crawlers over there. Let's go watch these blue Tib battles. Shepherd, Shepherd, Hunter. Not much Medusa gonna. You know what? I'm just gonna turn the health bars on for the whole replay. Some people don't like it, but I do. So, ha. Centurions, it's tough. I'm gonna pop over here. With these spanners, Centurion's not great on the move. You might be able to secure this one here. Go back down here. This wall, virtual wall of shielded, not moving Centurions. It's gonna be very hard to break here. And yeah, it looks like Nod's gonna be able to get that one, but I think GDI is gonna hold these two. Not a great idea with the uplink tower here, because depending on what happens here, Nod could potentially not just deny this. Oh, looks like Nod gonna be able to blow this. Blow this. Thank you. So, one blue tib captured for Nod, and none for GDI, so that's interesting. Still this wall of Centurions over here doing their thing. GDI has the node. Nod's gonna keep control of this tib drop area for a while. And same sort of thing happening over here. Centurions and Marauders happening on both sides, so looks like Nods has the early lead in this game, so that's always nice for Nod. I like it when Nod wins. I personally think Nod's underpowered. Like, there's a lot of potential that's untapped in this game, I think, for both Nod and GDI, but the way it is now, for the mass majority of play, I think it's a GDI victory at high levels. Now, another wall. You even got these scalpels. You don't see scalpels too often coming out for Nod here. You see spanners for GDI all the time. You almost never see scalpels. They do heal very quickly, but they're much easier to target down just because of their size. I'm really not a fan here of this massive wolf thing because, they're not great units, and you're not seeing a spam of light units like you might expect when you go wolves. One or two wolves is always nice. It's good. It helps. But if you're going to go mass wolf, just go mass bulldog. Because of the area damage, bulldogs reach a certain point where they just do better than they should. Whereas wolves don't have that sort of thing. They're better individually. Still these Centurions and these Cobras now just denying GDI any sort of advancement. And it looks like, depending on what happens here, GDI might be able to take this, either blow it, maybe secure it, but Nod looks like they'll win this Tiberium battle here again. I like Strikers out here. They don't do as good damage to rocket pods and, what are those other... See, GDI did blow that. What's they called? The cannon ones. Whatever. The T1 defensive buildings, Strikers don't do as good as Titans at killing them. But with Strikers, they're underused, in my opinion, because they have a lot of health. See, they got 450 health, and that's light. They're a light unit. You got 900 health for the Hunter, light unit. Most cannon units do half as much damage, so this Striker by itself basically has as much health versus cannon units as a hunter for half the CP. So mix a few of those in there, and you got a much heavier hit point army, and it's much harder for a Nod player to crack, especially if you're facing off against a defensive player. Let's go over here. Nod, still this Scalpel Centurion mix with a couple Cobras and Marauders there. You know, there's no reason for these Orcas to retreat, really. Like, they could pick off every one of these Scalpels and Cobras, and they've got one rocket pod to deal with. Biggie. No one cares. Over here, you got Unique here. Still going. You got? I don't like seeing these clumped. I know at this point, oh, is that what I hope it is? Oh, that's beautiful. Using the Mind Drop there, took all those Venoms down to about 100 health. I think that does 200 damage, so that would bring it down to 200 health exactly. Not a great fan of Venoms. You need a lot of Venoms for them to be cost-effective, even against Orcas, but if a couple Bulldogs out there, and all the Venoms just die. They're okay at hit and run, but too much work, too little gain. You notice GDI's Nod pretty much the same points. Nod is ahead in Tiberium substantially, I believe. I think it's like 5. It's probably between. Nod probably has between 5 and 7 or 8 Tiberium total, and GDI is probably closer to 3, 4. Only these green ones, I think. That Striker. It has the Tiberium, and it's not doing anything. Oh, now there's only one Tiberium. Can you see it? The super big Tiberium ball. Anyway, still going with this Wolf Hunter mix. It's doing alright. I don't recommend it for anyone watching to go that. I don't know. Nod kind of losing this node area, but they do have this uplink tower, so it's kind of like they're taking each other's bases. Striker's still good in case you got Salamanders coming out. Strikers have like a prism beam there where it hits multiple units. I don't think so, but I know it does damage everything along its path as it is a laser unit. So, oh, don't move your units through that. Ah! He moved it to the very end, then it's like, oh no, he reversed moved, and he just went through it longer instead of going all the way. Oh my god. However, you do have these spanners here. It's going to heal everything. It's not a big deal. These couple Salamanders, not doing much. Shouldn't clump them up, ever, when you got laser units, because they're both getting hit earlier there. The thing about the laser hitting everything in its path, I believe it doesn't really work for air units unless they're right on top of each other, because it's like an angle from the ground. It's not really... I was actually using my hand motions there to do it, and I realized I'm not on video. I'm just kind of audio here. So, you know. Interesting. Salamander actually doing a bit of damage. Might kill this Heroic Talon here. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah! Heroic Talon goes down to the falling Salamander. Check out those 1%er guides. I think 20 to 30 has, fallen air units do damage. Watch out, watch out. Flame Column here, gonna do mass damage to these light units. You'd better off retreating, and not very many choices. I don't think GDI has T2 yet, and at T1, there's not a single blast unit on the field. You can almost do nothing against these Flame Columns. You're pretty much screwed. Hard to say. Actually, we do have T2, so Conductors with their upgrade can do blast damage, along with, shockwaves. Those are the only real possibilities to do damage use Flame Columns. Well, I guess if you're also defense, but I know there is no defense for GDI right now, you got your own blast towers, and I believe they have a blast unit. Can't remember what it is. Orca is just picking things off. It's kind of we got a tunnel. That's why it looked inactive. Okay, I'm going to eat my words here. Shockwave artillery followed by a push will be able to hit these condensed air... Or, not air towers. What's an air tower? There's no air towers. This isn't like tower defense bullshit. Kill those flame columns. GDI making a pretty good push over here. Nod hasn't done anything big over here, so... Oh, if I were Nod, I'd totally manual target that. You'd hit all 4 of them in one go. Oh, come on, please do it. Yeah, good luck with that. Actually. Ah, that's clever. It's not gonna do anything, though, unless, like, GDI forgets about it. But, like, pick it up and just keep moving. Waste of 20 CP, I guess. Salamanders versus Paladins. It's an interesting battle. I can't... No, at one point in time, I think I knew who won the battle. Assuming it was just kind of right on, just because I'm a nerd like that. I like to figure things out. But in my opinion, usually Paladins, will win just because they can target single Salamanders and then back off. And the Salamanders can't really attack as a group if you micro as GDI. Nothing happening over here, just a slow defensive push. Might as well decommission this, just because it's low health, it's not doing anything, and I think this GDI player's out of things to build. So, another 1%er there for you. I don't know if that exists, but dismantle buildings not in use. Or at least one's on low health. It's easier to dismantle and rebuild. Like right here. This thing's almost dead. Dismantle. Oh, nope. 10 points for GDI.